On my dress, I will start rotating my pinks. And I've already made a bobbin for some of them, but I'll have to make a bobbin for a couple of the others. Okay, let's see how this looks now. And I'm going to let my presser foot try to ride right along here. Now, if you want to, and you have a problem following this, well, you know they make these wonderful pins that disappear. The markings disappear after a little bit. So what you can do is, after you stitch one, take your ruler, take it off a machine, take your ruler, and lay it on here and draw you a line. And let that line be where your presser foot goes. There's always a way to help in trying to keep your stuff the way you want it. But once again, as I said before, if it's not exactly perfect, I don't think anyone's going to notice it. And if they do, they shouldn't be noticing it. That's not very nice. Okay, now look, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Suppose I were to go back and maybe put it a little bit closer, or choose a different design like I did before. One thing you want to do when you're doing your and you'll see as I do it, when I come here, these designs here are going to be open like this because the dress has to be able to spread open. That's where you get your fullness from. If not, it would be kind of bound up. Okay, so let's see. Suppose I come in here now, and I'm going to put my first row, and my first row is going to be this little cable stitch. Okay, make sure I'm not sticking to my presser foot. I'm carefully going to cut a little bit of this away and get rid of it in my trash over here so I don't be walking around with it all on my shoe. And now I need my piece of, and you know, actually if I don't have a piece cut the exact thing, I can just keep laying pieces on it and laying pieces on it. It doesn't hurt. Okay, now let's see. Now I'm going to put my presser foot down to start with to see exactly where I'm going to start. As you noticed in our sample here, you saw my big space here. When I was doing my sample, I'm not really concerned about all of that. I'm just trying to find a stitch that I like to do. I'll try to be more careful with my dress, and even though you'll see some of the places that don't look exactly perfect, when we get through and take our stabilizer off and everything and allow this to be able to move, then it will look totally different. Okay, here we go. Now I have to start trying to turn a little bit to make sure I'm getting my curve. And here is where I'm going to do a little maneuvering right here. And like I say, once I get through with it, it'll look pretty good. I always want to have my needle down when I'm trying to get my curves done. So you see I'm holding on to it, and I'm actually turning my dress as I go, a little bit by little bit. And I need to keep it all smoothed out here, so that's why I'm holding it out here like this here. And here's one of my little things again, so let me get it. This is my sleeve seam. Okay, let me cut my stabilizer here and move it over to here. Okay, now you can stop it. Need one more piece of stabilizer here. You could be real neat if you want to and cut you out all these curves and everything, but we don't normally do that. That's only just for show, and hey, we're busy sewing. We're not interested in the show of how neat, but some of us are, so that's perfectly fine if you want to be that way and make it exactly like that. Now is where I come to my pleating thing, my pleating row of stitching, and I need to take that out because I don't want it to make a mess here. Put on my fix so it will stop for me. Okay, now I have my first row. See? So now I'm going to go to a wider design. And I'm going to go back and put some of the little stars in between it. So I'm going to have my presser foot on the very edge of that. Because that's where I want it to show up. Well, let's see, I'll put it like, okay, and that's what I'm going to do. Once again, here's my seam. See, I can manipulate my pleats a little bit because remember I'm on the sticky stabilizer and it's holding them in place. Isn't that looking cute? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and maybe put a row of this. I think I have room for that there. That will kind of tie it in a little bit more. Let's try that. Or I could put my row of stars up there. But I think, or maybe I'll do my another row of the cable. Let's try the let's see where this what I'm doing now is going to take place. Okay, so if I put this here, it's going to come almost to the top. See, it's going to come, because remember I had my foot right here, and it came that close, so now let's try this. I might have to rip something out, but hey, it wouldn't be the first time. Hey, I guess I'm going to get kind of lucky. Again, I'll put on my fix. Okay, let's see now. Let me get my bonnet out of the way. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, that turned out pretty good, didn't it? Wow. Like, once again, we say on a galloping horse, so that looks pretty good. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put maybe, let's see my little sample over here. What if I go and put a row of the stars around there? I think that will look pretty neat. See, I have these hearts. They don't look exactly like hand smocking or anything because I don't know, we'd have to embroider those on there. That's possible too. But I think I'm going to put a row of the stars on there and do that. I could do these hearts, but when I do the hearts, what I would do is I would go in there and do them individually. So let's try a row of the stars. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put my foot down here, and I'm going to try to use the inside of my foot here as my guide and see where it puts my stars. Or I guess we could call them flowers. Now once again, here I am at my, you see what I'm talking about? When I take it through, you'll see that it's not making a big difference where my seam comes in, and it didn't look exactly right as far as my gathers, my pleats. As you'll notice, I'm curving as I go, little bits at a time, but I'm trying to keep that presser foot. And once again, as I said before, you could go in there and draw you a line, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You could make you a little christening gown if you don't have an embroidery machine and you don't want to have to do it by hand. You can make a little christening gown and just put all kinds of cute decorative stitches on it. I'm sure that whoever you give it to would really appreciate it and love it. I think it's the most wonderful gift they've ever received. we finished our stitching on our machine smocking. Now I'm ready to wash out my stabilizer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run my water till it's warm. I prefer it to be warm because it runs away, washes away pretty quick that way. Okay, now I'm going to take, when this starts coming off, it's real slimy feeling and all, but if you'll do this here and wipe it with your hands like that, you get a lot of it off, because in this project we want all of the stabilizer to be gone. We don't need to leave it kind of stiff like we're doing standalone lace. Now I want to be careful with my stitches. You can feel it coming off in your hands. Now I'm going to take a pan that I have here, and I'm going to put this in here and let it soak a little bit to make sure that it all comes off. Now I'm going to do my dress the same way. Okay, now while this one has been soaking, I'm going to take it and rinse it some more and put the dress in to soak. See how, you can't really see this, I don't think, but see how it's kind of stringy, you know, and it's coming off like that. You can see the glue. It is like, it's kind of like Elmer's glue or something, I guess, but now you can see it coming off. Okay, now it seems that I have it all off. And I'm going to hang this up and let it dry, and then I'll finish my project. Let me do my dress the same way now. Then I'll be back in business, back to the sewing. Okay, now here we are with our finished product. As you saw before, that we washed all of our stabilizer out, let it soak, and now I have finished constructing my dress. Here's the little dress ready for wear. I've got it hemmed, and my buttons and buttonholes on it, and my elastic in the sleeves. And now here is my bonnet. And you see how soft and flexible it is? It's just like if you had smocked it by hand, and it's ready for that little one to wear. So now you see that this is really a project that even you could do with some instructions. So thank you, and visit us again. Bye.